All right, yo, what's good? Everybody on YouTube, welcome back to another video. And boy, man, y'all been screaming for one of these tutorials lately. I feel like these beats will never die because you got artists like Swappa, Mexico Dro. He a really producer too, but he releases music. Same with Sean Ferrari, Subi Baby. A lot of artists are using these style of beats or requesting these style of beats. These beats will never die. I think they're just way too good. You know what I mean? But it's just something about a bankroll fresh type beat. You know, like the synthy, D-rich style. It's just yeah, you know what I mean? Let's just go on ahead and jump in. I'll explain the melodies, theory behind it, go on ahead, cook it up, and then we're gonna do drums too. All right, so these melodies can be complex. And the main reason is there's usually a lot of melody layers. A lot of it sounds super complex, but it's really just the actual synth itself being one, a pulsating synth, or it could just be an evolving pad. The MIDI is gonna look really simple, except for if you're using a piano, then it could get really intricate and so on and so forth. Like for example, Cash Gang Rock. You guys see his D-Rich tutorials or his Bankroll Fresh tutorials. They get real intricate real fast. And they come out so crazy. Y'all need to go check out some of his stuff as well. My style is more simplified. I more rely on more like pulsation and just more like call and response. 100%, I do highly recommend going and checking out Cash Gang Rock. Fire producer has a whole bunch of placements as well and is heavily inspired by this sound. So after y'all are done watching this video, go ahead, skip over to Rock's channel, check out some of his Bankroll Fresh tutorials. These melodies have a lot of pulsating synths, poly keys, leads, but then they use, like I was saying, pianos, and then even strings and brass to help like bring everything together, you know, to make it a trap beat and not some like crazy out of the box virtual type beat, you know what I mean? For plugins, I'd say you definitely want to stick to either Roland or Chord. Of course, Xenology. Xenology is amazing. I'm using Xenology in this tutorial. I'm also going to use Contact, specifically the Roland Phantom Contact Bank. Amazing for this type of stuff. Chord Triton, like Chord Triton Extreme. Chord Triton Extreme especially is an amazing plugin for this type of stuff. Those two brands really mesh well together, and they also do carry a lot of the sounds that D-Rich and Shawty Red were using to make these type of beats. Chord Triton Extreme and then Xenology are like neck and neck for the best type of plugins to use. And then the Roland Phantom Contact right there, right up under it. And check out, what is it? XV5080? I think that's what it's called. You know what? I might just sneak and use it here because it has this one like patch that I love for. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna use it. It has this one patch that I just love for making these type of beats. The rest of that bank, it just has some really unique sounds that go perfect for this type of stuff. And the Biggie Brass, it's got the Biggie Brass in it. That was a lot of yap, but I really just had to give y'all a good rundown on the melodies of these beats because the melody is really the most important part. And then the drums are really simple. Let's go on ahead and start cooking up this melody. All right, so I'm about to, like I was just saying, open this XV5080. This joint right here. So the real sauce, of course, if you want brass, where is brass? That's synth brass, acoustic brass. If you want good brass sound, come in here. You're looking for Biggie Brass. There it go. For that Biggie Brass, you just can't beat it, man. Okay, I ain't gonna do the brass one because we here for synths, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go over to this other synth, and this 80s retro synth is just an amazing patch. It just works for this type of stuff. You see what I'm talking about? Like you can't beat that 100%. Oh. That's it right there. Here we go. Bring this down maybe D. There we go, that's more bankroll. Okay, boom. Now let's go with Xenology. And where is the determination pad? I'm taking this, copy and paste. I put the wrong thing in there. Copy. Oh my god. Copy, paste. And let's just see what this sounds like. I'm gonna take the low end off of this. This makes it cleaner. Where is that, I need that crash out preset. There you go. Right, this preset crazy. Yo, Rod snapped on this preset. I want it to be like, da, 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 da. I'm gonna just type that in. So like, ooh, come on. Okay, it needs something now. Ooh, a pizzicato. Oh, that's it right there, boom. So you're hearing how like a lot of the melody is real busy, but it keeps like a steady rhythm going, you know what I mean? You don't wanna do too much, but you also don't wanna do too little. Come on now. That is hard to play, right? Here we go, like. Uh-huh. Maybe let's go like one down. All right, we need something else. Something to tie everything together. Come on, now that went way too well. Okay, I need like either a brass or a piano. Okay, not the piano, but if I go to Track Reimagine, right? There is a one shot that I always use for bass. This acoustic, it's got a nice sonic to it. Not everything is just gonna be smooth and it's not too much high end and taking up too much of the frequency spectrum. So that adds like a nice little bounce to it. Now we turn everything back on. Simple, bro. You know what I mean? Well, it's not simple. It's a lot of layering and moving parts, but like the MIDIs to these aren't like some crazy Beethoven Bach. Now we got drums. My biggest tip and really the key to these type of beats is keep the drums simple. Really, you just want the drums to accent the melody. The melody is already doing the heavy lifting, carrying the rhythm of the beat. So you really just want your drums to accent that and everything else will wrap itself together. All you're gonna need is just a snare, an 808, hi-hat, maybe an open hat. That's really it. You know, a chant too. You can add the vox in there, but that's it. You really don't want to do too much, especially for bankroll fresh type beats. I'm going straight to Track Reimagine. Straight to Track Reimagine. I need that snare. Okay, too many chants. See, that's an example of how you can do too much, like too fast. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta simplify everything. Put on 17. Got my low end preset. So I'm cutting the low end of that melody, as y'all can see. So now my 808 can fill in all this, and then it's gonna start smacking. Okay, so this is like a little bit off. So let me. There we go. Okay, this is fire too, but now the open hat is doing too much. You know what I mean? So now I'm gonna simplify that. Yeah, that's so much better. Now it's just missing one thing, that little wah. And really, that's it. You got your melody. Your melody was all rolling pretty much. XD5080 is rolling. Xenology is rolling. Even this bass, I'm pretty sure I sound designed that on Xenology. Oh, the whole melody is rolling. And then your drums, you just need them to smack. You know what I mean? I got my drums from Trap Reimagined. I love this kit. I made it last year and it's still smacking to this day. You gotta have that cut through snare. It's a lot of D-rich snares out there. You know what I mean? That cut through snare it cut through. And then the rest of the drums, I'm just following the melody, not trying not to do too much. I almost did too much with the chant and the open hat. See, I caught myself. I was like, nah, this is doing too much, taking up too much room for the artist to actually rap on it. The melody does all the heavy lifting, where the drums, it's just like the wheels on the car. You just gotta let them roll. That's how you make real trap beats for Bankroll Fresh. If you guys learned a thing or two, please make sure to leave a like on this video. It really helps us penetrate the YouTube algorithm. We're on the road to 10K. Pretty sure right now we're sitting at 9.3. We could be at 9.4 soon. Just need a quick like on this video and maybe subscribe to it if you guys want to stick around and enjoy some more videos. I got a couple other Bankroll Fresh and D-Rich tutorials up on the channel. I'll put those in the end screen of this video. Oh, and also if you guys want to check out any of the sounds that I use in this video, they will be linked in the description. Trap Reimagined, the Xenology banks that were used, like the Cookouts Xenology bank. Shout out Rot for that one. You know what I mean? Me and Rot went crazy on that bank. I definitely recommend that bank, especially if you're trying to make real trap beats. Everything's linked in the description. Yeah, I'm gonna be out of here. Hope y'all have a good night, day, wherever y'all at. And y'all be easy.